Hey, what is up everybody? This is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur, and today I want to talk to you guys about how to start a business from scratch. So lately I've been getting a question saying, hey, I don't really know how to start a business from scratch, and I'm really curious to know how to actually do it. So because of this, I want to cover some ideas and tips and strategies on how to really start your business from scratch and really make it thrive, especially in its first year. Before we get into it, just so you guys know, statistically, I think it's like 90% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. It's really, really hard to start a business from scratch. You might be curious to know why does that happen, and a lot of times from the research I've found, a lot of businesses, they don't treat it like a business, they don't treat it like it's something that's going to generate income, and they don't treat it like it's something that they need to work on every day. A lot of people will start side hustles and then never actually continue through with it. They'll do it for a year or two and make some kind of money, and then they fall out of it because they realize that they're not really making the money they want to make, but they're not also putting in the time, energy, and effort that's required to grow it. So right off the bat, tip number one, hone your idea. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're a personal trainer, hone your idea. What are you going to be doing? Are you going to be personal training? How are you going to be personal training? How are you differentiating yourself from your competition? A lot of times when I see people that say they want to start a business, they don't really do anything that's differentiating themselves against the competition. I started a social media business because a lot of companies weren't focusing on social media. And if they were doing social media, they really were doing a really bad job at it. The reason is because it just takes a lot of time, energy, and effort, and a lot of people aren't willing to pay for it. But the people that are willing to pay for it get tremendous payoffs in the long term. So because of this, that's why I started it. So when you're starting your business, hone your idea. If you're going to be personal training, figure out who your target market is. Are you only going to be working with young people? Are you going to be working with only old people? Are you going to be more of a generalist? Are you going to be focusing on just, hey, I'm not the person that's going to get you ripped. I'm going to be the person that's going to keep you in shape and keep you motivated coming back to the gym, and I'm going to be your personal accountability partner. It really doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. You just have to make sure that you hone it in. I started my business with social media, and because of that, now I've had to branch into other things, but that's really what we specialize in, and getting people off the ground in that regard. Next is research. Figure out who the big players are in the market. It doesn't matter who they are, but figure out what they're doing and how they're doing it and what they're doing to target those customers. Before you do anything, you have to make sure that there's a need for your company or for your business that you're actually providing. If there's no need for it, you're never going to get anywhere because you can service anybody, and when you can service anybody, you can service nobody. Too big of a net is terrible. It's always better to start with a super finite thing and move it to a broader spectrum. That's just how businesses work. A lot of these major companies didn't start, for example, Apple didn't start with making an iPhone. They started with computers and building personal computers, and it took them years and years and years to build. And now they're known for everything from your iHome to your iMac to your phone to wearable technology, everything like that. So they started small, they niched down in one area, they got really good at it, and then they started expanding. Next, everything that you do needs a plan. If there's no plan, there's going to be no execution. I learned this the hard way, and I help companies realize that, unfortunately, most of the time, the hard way. They think that they could just do whatever they want all the time, whenever they want, and it never works out that way. They always need a plan. I recommend everybody, even if it's just something written out on a whiteboard, getting something on paper or getting something inside of an organizer is going to be tremendously more successful than anything else that you could possibly do. Myself, my company, and everybody I deal with, we measure our success based on what we've written down. If we didn't write it down, we can never measure it. How successful was this email campaign? How successful was this social media post? How successful was anything? If it's not written down, you can't measure it. You could just say, it was good, or it was bad. And if you don't do that, you're never going to know what success actually looks like. Next, where is your location? For my business, and I refer to myself a lot, or I can do it anywhere. So because of that, it doesn't really matter who I service as long as I can actually service them. For example, if you're a personal instructor, you have to figure out your location which you're going to be operating. You can't operate all over the country, although there are ways to make money all over the country. But if you're going to be operating a certain area, focus really hard on that area. Who the demographics are, what they have to spend, and all of that kind of stuff that's really going to help build in and compile over time to help you grow your business. Know your location, know your surroundings, and also, another tip, know your competitors. Who's in the area? Who's doing what you're doing? And what are they doing to build their business right now? And what can you do that they're doing or differently to help you succeed? Last but not least, brand yourself and advertise. It doesn't matter what industry, what company you're starting, you have to brand yourself. Go out, spend some money on a logo, build some branding, build an advertisement, anything like that. If you're not sure where to go, start either on this channel, I'm going to be posting that at a later date, or Go on YouTube and find other people's stuff. There's a ton of information out there on how to start all of this kind of stuff. That way you can immediately have a leg up on your competition. A lot of people I see out there still have an @gmail.com address. They don't have a logo. They don't have a marketing plan. They don't even have anything written down to get them to the next level. If you don't have anything written down, you're never going to succeed. It's that simple. So making a list of saying, hey, what's my idea? Where do I start? What research am I doing to help me get there? What's my plan going to be for this entire thing? What location am I conquering? Is it a local location or is it a national location? Or do I need to have multiple locations for wherever I'm servicing? And then what kind of branding do I need to do and what kind of advertising do I need to do? Once you have all of that, the advertising and branding is going to be so much easier because what works in one area is really not going to work in another area. Both the marketing, the paid ads, the branding strategy, everything like that. If you're down south, for example, having a more relaxed logo is fine. But if you're up in New York where I am, or in Palo Alto, California, you need to have a cutting edge, super refined and modern logo. That's just how it is. You need to have that. Look at Apple's transformation from it's still an Apple, but they went through so many different styles to now it's just a straight Apple silhouette cutout of an apple. That's it. That's all they have. So figure those out. That should give you guys a good way to start your business and start building it. These concepts are completely applicable to any company, any business, anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're starting it from a side hustle or not. That's all you need to do. And once you answer all 5 of these points, you're going to immediately start to have a leg up on your competition. I hope this helps. This is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur. You're going to see 2 videos going up here in about 3, 2, 1.